When I was 16, I was diagnosed with DVT. This is when a blood clot forms in a deep vein, and in my case, I had 8 blood clots in my left leg. The first doctor I went to, well, he basically nearly killed me. I went to him explaining that I had shortness of breath, and every time I took a breath in, it would feel like this just heavy weight on my chest. I was practically gasping for air every single time. I told him that I was struggling to walk, and my leg was swollen and it was discoloured like a purple colour. I knew something was wrong. My body felt wrong. It felt broken. But do you want to know what he said? He told me just to stretch, and you must have slept awkwardly. I mean, what a fucking joke, but I still believed him. It honestly only got worse from there. My symptoms just seemed to spiral out of control. A couple days went by and my leg turned into a deep dark purple colour, and it started to swell up like a balloon. Like, it just felt like it was just gonna pop at any second. After 5 days of being in excruciating pain, I finally went to the hospital. They rushed me in and they just took one look at me and they just knew something was wrong. Before I even knew it, I had a large needle injected into my stomach and I was just having an ultrasound on my leg. I was sobbing. I was just so confused, and all I wanted to do was to go home. Everything just started to calm down when 2 doctors came in and they told me that I would need immediate emergency surgery. I was screaming, I was crying, I had no idea what was happening. It just felt like the world had stopped and nothing was actually real. It felt like the entire time I was in hospital, I was just fading in and out of reality. But then, all of a sudden, reality really hit me like a truck when I was told I was going to die. If I didn't make a decision on if I wanted the surgery or not, I would probably die to pulmonary embolism. Or even if I did have the surgery, it was quite likely I would have died to a brain bleed. I was genuinely a ticking time bomb. I was stuck in between 2 hard places and I had no clue what was the better decision. I really felt like that I had run out of time. Like, this was it. I had finally given up. And all my friends and family that day watched a part of me die. I wanted to go to university and have a family, get married, travel the world, but it just all felt so far out of my reach. In the end, my parents ended up having to make the decision for me because I was just dissociating from the whole situation and I just wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't want my life in my hands, surprisingly. My parents decided that the surgery was way too risky for me, so I stayed in hospital for a couple more days on strong blood thinners and some painkillers. And somehow, eventually, I was all in the clear. I somehow survived. It took me a while to process everything, and I had to go through a lot of therapy. But with the support from my family, my friends, I was able to recover to some extent. I still suffer with a lot of the side effects to this day, but I'm grateful to be alive. But all of this made me realise how precious life really is.